I don't know why I have to keep doing this. Like, it's just sometimes not worth it. But anyways, it's June 11th, 2021, and we just watched Friday Night Dynamite, and you're watching Dave and Jay's Powerbomb, the number 17th wrestling coverage show on YouTube. And we're accepting applications for you to be one of our young boys. Each. Yeah, we each need one to carry our luggage and do other things. You can write down Dave's notes.
So, wow, that would be a dream come true. All right, so the Pinnacle, at the beginning of the show, they arrived to the arena in style in a limo. Then we got Big Money Matt Hardy. He's in the ring, and this is before the match with Christian Cage versus Angelico. Angelico didn't get his entrance this week, Jay, so we should probably give it to the people.
Let's do
He's fighting Christian Cage, and I guess Matt Hardy put a bounty out on Christian Cage there. Like, they have beef. He attacked him last week. Matt Hardy did, gave him the old twist of fate. So they're having a match here. They're going back and forth. Angelico, he's got his submission style on display. They're having a nice match. It went over a commercial break. But at the end of the day, Christian's able to nail that kill switch. 1, 2, 3. Christian wins the match. However, Matt Hardy orchestrates a post-match beatdown after. He did not like Christian beating Angelico that way.
No, not only that. Angelico, no matter what his strategy was, even just working on a single limb was just not enough take on the veteran Christian Cage.
Wily veteran, what are you going to do against him? He's seen it all. He's seen Angelico and Jack Evans and every piece of shit in between, right? He's fought them all.
No, he hasn't.
Who's hasn't fought?
New Jack.
I don't ever want to see that match, man. Never want to see that match. New Jack's just stab artist, man. That's not wrestling. It's not wrestling what New Jack and Moxley do. Alright, so then Christian takes the twist of fate from Big Money Matt Hardy, but he's saved by Jungle Boy, the man who defeated Christian at the Casino Battle Royal to become the #1 contender to Kenny Omega's AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
And those guys just show respect to each other, hugs, maybe kissing on the lips, kind of respect, but it's there.
Yeah, it sounds sexual, Jay. I gotta have a cigarette.
Ooh, especially after those comments.
Especially after those comments. All right. Speaking of negative comments, who here likes nepotism?
Sorry.
You're a young buck. You're a first-generation wrestler. All right. So Cody and Arn come down to the ring, and Arn has his young son in tow, Brock Anderson, and I guess he's wrestling, and they're having an in-ring interview. Tony Schiavone, like, they took time off of wrestling program to talk about this kid, but QT Marshall, I guess, saves the day. He has an interruption on stage. He's against nepotism, Jay.
He totally is, but you're not saying QT Marshall's name right. It is now QT Marshall.
I didn't like the cigarette right either. QT Marshall.
Marshall. More elegant, more heelish. Giving himself a little more dignity since he has none, and he has ass hairs on the top of his head.
I will never put ass hairs on the top of my head. Well, what? All right. So then what happens? QT's against nepotism. He challenges Cody Rhodes to a South Beach strap match. I don't know if it's next week or in 2 weeks. And then he whips Arn Anderson for good measure. QT does with the belt. The belts are coming off, Jay.
There's always these lashes and everything going on there with Cody. It's like
sick twisted.
He likes to take the punishment.
Can you imagine what he forces Brandy Rhodes to do to him in the bedroom? Like, nipple clamps and whip me harder.
It's more like 50 Shades of Rhodes.
Hit me in the face even harder. Cody, I broke your nose. I have to stop. Fuck you, Brandy.
We're at the nightmare shade of the American Nightmare.
Oh, that's the real Nightmare Factory, right? Cody Rhodes' bedroom.
No wonder why you left.
Smoking more of these, that's for sure. Alright, so then the next match. Brock helps his dad after he gets whipped. Alright.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you, Brock. Nepotism. Like, at least the gun boys weren't out there, you know, the kings of the nepotism. Maybe they're going to have a nepotism belt.
They might have to. Or maybe they already have one. I don't know. Alright, so next match, Penta, El Zero Miedo, Pac with an unlikely ally in Eddie Kingston versus the Young Bucks with Brandon Cutler. And it's a trios match. Got Don. I can't flex properly if this smoke.
The screen's kind of small
Weird
too
on the
right
left.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should be on the other side. Though.
I know. It's
Get
just how
a
it's gonna
bigger
work.
bicep on my right arm. Alright, so then Don Callis is doing color commentary. Cutler's taking the beats. Bucks tag in. They accidentally super kick party on Brandon Cutler.
You know, I thought the whole strategy that what was going on in here was to let the Death Triangle with Eddie Kingston there punch themselves so that they're so tired, and that's why Cutler was just, you know, taking those beats in there. I think that was an excellent strategy of the Young Bucks.
Yeah, Cutler sucks. And then Penta hits this Canadian Destroyer on one of the Young Buck guys.
Man, that's fucking great for those.
Then Cutler gets beat by his own team again. Then Pac hits the 450 splash into the brutalizer submission maneuver. Might have been over, but as a Young Buck guy breaks it up or something.
Damn right.
Yeah,
We got to cover our teammates like that. You know, it's just like you got to be there for them, Dave. You just have to be there for them. You cannot let your opponents win, no matter what.
it's true.
That's why you have to bring out an ugly person like Brandon Cutler and cover his face. Even though we like to use the excuse that Penta El Zero broke his orbital bone with a super kick.
Is that what happened? Is that why Cutler has that mask on?
Yes, he even explained it during the wrestling match.
Okay. And then spinning back fist from Eddie Kingston. I'm assuming it was to Cutler. And Kingston gets the win. Or no, I think Pac covers him. But then there's a post-match beatdown. Thank God. Like, how did Bucks lose this match against Eddie Kingston? It's garbage.
That's why they brought out Cutler, the sacrificial pawn.
Yeah.
And nobody lost their shoes this time.
Yeah, I get Eddie Kingston's in Jacksonville, so your shoes are safe this week. And then there's a beatdown. And then Hank Kazarian runs in there with the save. He's like, he's going to take on 6 dudes or something. It was messed up.
Man, this is something that you'd think that you'd find on the hub, but it's kind of...
Black Sun Hub.
Yes.
Alright, so then we have a movie directorial debut of Michael Nakazawa. And I guess the theme of this movie is the conspiracy to screw Kenny Omega out of the AEW World Championship. And
There is. Tony Khan has been out there constantly interfering, and so many other wrestlers. Like Tony Khan is like, you have to do this match. This is in your contract. Constantly doing that. Nobody understands how busy Kenny Omega, and he really just does not have time.
He's taking his time between
For these
Mexico, whatever hellhole Impact Wrestling is in, and Jacksonville. Yeah, he's a busy guy. He's on the go.
Yeah.
All right. And then we got, so the thank you Don chants too were abundant. Like, it was good. They were chanting thank you Don when he saved the professional wrestling business by yanking that referee out of the ring who was clearly going to do a fast count, right? Like, it was Don. Like,
Yeah, even
Don.
you could even see during the subtitles that the referee says, I hate Kenny Omega and I want him to lose. It is Tony
I
Khan.
read that too.
Tony,
I read that too.
don't fuck with Kenny Omega, or we'll turn your fan base and we'll get them to watch other company or NWA or Impact.
We'll never do that. We're not watching other company.
I'm not watching other company. This is a threat to Tony, and he knows it can threaten his empire.
We got in-ring words from the Pinnacle. They have words regarding the Inner Circle. Inner Circle, as we all know, defeated them at the Stadium Stampede at the pay-per-view, I believe, 2 weeks ago.
Sammy got the pin for the win. One. Wait, sorry.
All right. And then, Sammy's awesome. And then Oh, so they're going, like, Pinnacle sucks, and they're talking.
Do we really even have to explain? It was like, blah, blah, blah. I got an MMA fight, Jericho. You're not getting your rematch. Sammy, you suck. And that's basically all they really said.
Yeah, but so Jericho saved the day. He's on the big screen.
Finally, like,
they're outside the arena in the parking lot. It's a pretty fancy limo those Pinnacle boys pulled up to at the beginning of the show with Jay. Wasn't fancy for too long, though.
No, man. They eventually got the beat down and eventually got the old forklift trash. And
oh, yeah.
Actually, man.
That poor limo, man. Like, it got destroyed. Destroyed. One of the, I think it was Santana Ortiz, they spray painted El Bardo on the side of the limo before Hagar rammed it with the forklift.
Classic total reference to classic, like, early Simpsons, like the first...
Vintage Simpsons.
Like the first 6 seasons that happened in? I can't remember, but that was a long time ago.
Yes, it was. And then what happens? Oh, yeah. Chris says at the end, MJF, better call an Uber. Classic.
Yeah.
Then we got pre-recorded words from Darby Allin and Sting. And Darby Allin, he's tired.
He just doesn't need Sting.
He's tired of being called Sting's young boy.
Yeah, like he is kind of probably carrying around some kind of luggage or junk or
emotional
baggage there from his other company days and stuff like that by being screwed over
by Triple H. And yeah,
everybody's doing pedigree now on AEW.
Aaron Solo's doing the pedigree. I kind of like it because, like, yeah, we're gonna do your garbage move, other company. And Jobber's doing it. That works for QT. Marshall. And so. Yeah, and so it's going to be Darby Allin alone. Sting's gotta stay home, Sting. Stay home. It was the worst acting I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen a lot of shit acting in the independent movie scene around these parts.
Dolph Lundgren, Red Scorpion.
Yes, and so yeah, it's going to be a handicap match. Darby wants to do it alone against Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Darby's going to get murdered. That's our prediction. Well, I think so.
Yeah, like
I think we can agree on that.
Who are we rooting for?
Of course, the hometown boy and Scorpio Sky.
I like to call it Scorpion Page.
No, they have a new name now. The Men of the Year. The Men of the Year.
Isn't that kind of like Miro the Best Man kind of going on?
I like the Men of the Year.
Men of the Year. Okay, yeah.
We got Evil Uno. He's got pre-recorded words talking about Brody Lee and how much he's meant to him. Evil Uno's got a TNT championship match against Miro coming up next. And it's coming up right now. The TNT championship match. Evil Uno versus Miro. Evil Uno's got the whole Dark Order down there with him. I think they leave after, then they come back or something. But, yeah, Miro, it's a good match. Miro hurts his hand early on, punching that ring post when Evil Uno ducks out of the way there. But then Miro's dominant after the break. The Dark Order are encouraging Evil Uno to get into the ring. He's outside the ring. He can't get back in. But then Grayson and those boys come in.
You could do it with -1 and everybody.
-1. He shouldn't have been there. Forgot about him, man. Yeah, I mean, it's no place for a child. You know, throw -1 in there against a crazy sociopath like Miro.
It would be like a small child was a bunch of giant childs. That's what this entertainment is.
Yeah, it's crazy. So then Miro attacks all the Dark Order, chases them off. It was like 20-on-1. All the Dark Order then come out to show Evil Uno some support again because he's taking the beat so hard. He in a shutout to Brody Lee, Evil Uno attempts to discus clothesline, doesn't even phase our champion Miro, and then Miro's able to hit the Boston Crab maneuver, and Evil Uno tried, but he had to tap.
Yeah, it actually went out there and actually showed Evil Uno actually is a formidable opponent.
He keeps slimming down each time I see him. Like, he's gonna like slim down to nothing. Like, he's crazy. Remember how fat he was when he first started? He's like 320 or something.
You should be happy with his weight loss as long as he's not looking all scrawny like Hook has.
Hook has. I don't know.
I don't know who's skinnier, Hook has or -1.
So
well, at least we know like, the ones like, you know, healthy and Hook has is probably by meth.
Then we got
I smoke my feelings because my dad, he's a loser.
It's true.
Social loser had to make up his own fucking title match and give him his own title.
Biggest title in wrestling.
Big title wrestling.
ITW title.
Yeah. Fuck you guys.
And then we have a pre-recorded vignette from last week's big debut, Andrade El Idolo. And this guy, he keeps it pretty suave. I mean, he's looking fresh like the Prime Minister of El Salvador.
I think Latinos are going to want to look up to him.
He's calling himself the face of the Latinos. Big shout out to the president of El Salvador. Big decision, history-making decision mere days ago. You now have a currency your country can finally be proud of. Bitcoin. I love it. Let's keep up the good work. All right. And, sorry, El Salvador's making waves, man. All right. In-ring interview with Tony Schiavone. We got Kenny Omega and Don Callis. They're talking about Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy, number one contender, as we know.
Great, fantastic hair. Nice and huge. Hair dry blown so well. Oh, it's just great hair that man has.
He gets it from his dad, the late Luke Perry. And,
90210.
90210. And you're having their match in 2 weeks, so 2 Fridays from now. And it just turns into a brawl. Like, Jungle Boy comes out there, right? And, tries talking, but he can't talk, so it just turns into a brawl. He locks that snare trap in unsuspecting Kenny Omega. Young Bucks come down for the save. June 26th, AEW Championship. Jungle Boy shouldn't even be in this match, man. It should be Kenny Omega versus Christian.
God. Nobody, man. No, not even Christian could even take on our wrestling god.
I'm not
our
saying,
truest
I love
hero.
Christian. I'm not saying he'd win, but I'd rather see Christian. I guess that Christian's got to get Matt Hardy out of his system, right?
Oh, we all gotta get Matt Hardy out of his system. In the same way that we had to get our Miro Kip Sabian story out of our system.
Yeah, he was a victim of bad booking, but now he's awesome, right? Like, bad booking.
He's a great champion.
Here, Miro. All right, now we got Jade Cargill and pre-recorded words from her and Mark Sterling, her lawyer, and they got all the fat trimmed out of their life. You know, Jade Cargill's children got to eat. They're going to be eating good for years.
It was an epic promo. You could see the raw talent in both parties there. The scumbag lawyer, or possibly our new role model, Jade Cargill.
And she's got a new catchphrase, Jay.
Oh, my mouth.
Let me drop it on him.
Oh, or drop it in what?
These women can't keep it out of their mouth. What?
Ooh,
that's
wow,
provocative. They can't, Jade. They really can't. All right. Then we have a pre-recorded response from Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky regarding the handicap match you're going to have against Darby. And their new names, the Men of the Year.
They are definitely going to be the Men of the Year.
Here for the Men of the Year.
Like, what the hell, Darby? Like, I just cannot see it just be any win possible. You're just going to get destroyed and lose, and it better be in an epic fashion, but you just can't. No, not going to happen.
Yeah, Darby shouldn't win this match, man. No way. All right. Sting's going to break his promise, and he's going to drive in there, drop from the ceiling or something. Steal Darby's thunder with a baseball bat.
Make him go turn heel.
Oh man, Darby shouldn't be allowed to do promos. That was horrible, him and Sting earlier. Alright, we got the next match. We got a new up-and-coming guy named Chandler Hopkins going up against Murderhawk. with Jake
Thanks
Snake.
for coming out, Chandler, or whatever your name is.
Yeah, big time squash match.
Huge, it's just beyond
Stuck
anything.
the beats.
Blackout
Blackout finisher.
Yeah, whatever. Thanks for coming out.
1, 2,
3.
Count to 100.
And we should probably go on because that's how long that last match lasted, was our coverage for Murderhawk.
That's right. And then we got some backstage words. Peter Avalon's gang. They're called the Wingmen. It's a pretty cool name.
Yeah, a bunch of handsome gentlemen with a chud.
And he's the Duff. And then
Caesar Romero, whatever his name is, he's got some words. He's upset about somebody.
they don't like the way Orange Cassidy dresses. I think they're giving him an ultimatum,
nice makeover or
you
something.
have 1 week to change your clothes. Yeah, it's the Wingman Makeover program. And he's got a week or 2 to change his clothes, and if he doesn't, I guess he's going to get jumped by 3 dudes and a chud.
Yeah, you're on notice too, buddy.
Dude, the stores in our province just opened today.
You be careful.
After like 2 months. My clothes are literally in tatters.
Just be careful. One day the invisible hand and the Baron might just jump you.
Who's the Baron?
You don't want to know.
Okay. All right, and then we have
I'm making forces.
Make your peace with God, because coming up next is Nyla Rose versus Leyla Hirsch. Nyla's got Vicky Guerrero out there with her, and Leyla Hirsch has got a step stool. No, I'm not being mean. She literally is out there with a step stool.
This is an absolute freak show. You got Vicky Guerrero, Nyla Rose, and 4'11", because anything shorter than that is actually declared a midget. So Leyla Hirsch, she's not.
It's not fair.
No, she's a regular sized person. There's no handicap or anything about this like you want to imply.
It's like that, okay, I'm not going to say it. But, so then, Leyla Hirsch is able to hit a German suplex on Nyla Rose. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Nyla Hirsch is just actually just an all around impressive wrestler, like, despite her non-issue.
I don't know. But, then, like, they're going back and forth. It goes the distance past a commercial break. And then, they're on the top rope. And they're battling. But then Leyla Hirsch has to take that top rope avalanche beast bomb, and that 4'11" Russian isn't getting up from that.
No, it's just absolute destruction, man. Yeah,
you gotta peel her off the canvas. It was that rough.
Yeah, they had to go to commercial break and break out the power washer.
But then it gave us time for backstage words from Britt Baker, our new AEW Women's Champion. And she's got her best friend Tony and Rebel, not Reba, backstage with her. And they're just talking about life, talking about Nyla Rose isn't even a threat to anything.
And she should go back to flipping burgers, because that's what she's really, truly good at.
Yeah, I did not care for that waste of food last week, Nyla. World hunger is the biggest problem that faces our planet today.
You should just take the guidance from what our role model is doing, step out of wrestling, and pursue another career, preferably, like we've all suggested.
I saw a lot of Burger
flipping.
King commercials tonight during the commercials.
Chicken burgers.
Start with there, maybe it's a sign. Okay, and then we have the main event. We have Brian Cage and Powerhouse Hobbs of Team Taz versus Hangman Adam Page and number 10 Preston Vance.
And there's a lot of power in this ring right now. Like, what is there, like 1,000 pounds of human in there at least?
I don't know, Jay.
But there has to be. Like, each of those guys are probably like, like those two bigger guys are probably easily over 250 each if we actually paid attention to their weights during the announcement. But that's always like, fudded. But
I want what they're taking.
Huge.
I want what they're on.
Like
I want what they're using, man.
It's called HGH and steroids and the testosterone stack supplements. I can actually set you up with that.
Okay. And then we want to join Dark Order. They're going back and forth. Crazy match. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of number 10. I don't think he's a good wrestler.
Number 10, Preston Vance, is a great wrestler. He was handpicked by Brody Lee. So are you going against the words of Brody Lee? Because if you are, we're going to have to end this early and you're going to have to bleed some color.
I have to bleed myself. I never went to wrestling school. I don't know how to bleed myself. Alright, and then they're doing distraction. That hobo kid of Taz's, Hook Taz, comes in and he's distracting the ref, which enables Ricky Starks to toss the FTW championship to Brian Cage in order to ding Hangman Adam Page over the head with it, but Brian Cage declines.
Yeah, tosses the shitty championship thing out, and then he bitches at Ricky Stark, and then what do you think you are doing, Rick?
Oh!
You have every right to run like the little bitch. You are there. Like, you ran. You had
maxed Brian Cage across the face.
Like, gone. Left for the match. You made him so angry that you left him.
Saw Ricky Stark's shadow where Ricky Starks was, and he ran through one of the tubes. I don't think it was the face tube. I don't know if they have tubes.
They only
anymore.
have the inner tube now, I guess, what they're going to call it.
So it's a handicap match, 2-on-1 against Hobbs, which enables Hangman to hit the buckshot lariat They pin Powerhouse Hobbs.
When you're in shape, Dave, you have to keep hydrated.
I guess so, when you're on that much GHB or whatever supplements these guys you're taking. Dark Order drinks alcohol to celebrate. They got -1 there with him. I think he has some clear fluid in a water bottle. I hope it wasn't vodka.
Well, after the 30 days of cancel, because of the cancel culture I got him in trouble with, he has to, he's probably on some kind of parole with wrestling, like what they did with
Stay
Sammy.
clean.
Yeah.
Piss tests.
Possibly.
Alright, well, we don't do piss tests.
We don't even test for steroids. We just want good people to work for us, some good young boys to carry our luggage.
Young boys.